soldier, equal parts peril and thorn, Corotica.
Today you set vigil to become a member of the Order of the Rose. I know Brennan has feelings about that particular order, so I'll allow him to speak to this. Ask him to do that.
I am in awe of our roses. I am in awe of you. This is perhaps our greatest peerage. And we would have the answer to your question. Will you join this order?
Their Majesties would have into their court their Order of the Rose.
The rose ceremony is slightly different from our other period ceremonies in that the roses participate, all of us participate. First we would have speakers for the peerage, and then our order will greet you properly. That's not a threat.
Is there a member of the populace that would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesty, I have that utter privilege today. I am the Honorable Heron Solveig Bjarnadottir. May I address your populace? When I met Corotica, they had barely set foot into our kingdom, and yet they felt like they had been here since its inception. I walked into their life and they bounded into mine. They shared themselves, their art, their spirit, and their shoulder. I would see them working diligently on their art, and yet, as if in the blink of an eye, donned in their armor, as if invisible wings had carried them off to battle, with joy, with love. The true passion of an artist and a fighter, that is the protectorate, and yet the playfulness of a goblin, nay, a cryptid paladin, ready to fight for the downtrodden, the ignored, and the forgotten. They were ready to fight the good fight. However, I'm not here to speak about the amazing human being that Corotica is. I'm here to speak about the voice and the inspiration that they have given the people. When you stand on the dais with fellow champions and with those who you are serving, you get to hear stories. I was speaking with Ryan McWhite about the archery championships. It was the second to last bout, and you could hear nothing beside the wind blowing through the fletching of the arrows, and the moments they made impact, it was that silent. The second to last arrow shattered as it hit the target, and he presented the fletching to Indrakshi and the tip to Corotica, and the words he spoke were, "This will not be the last of the arrows that I give to you in your name." No sooner than the finals did he shatter yet another arrow into what felt like 1,000,000 pieces, this time presenting the fletching to to Corotica and the tip to Andrachi. Corotica had explained how this had made their day, their event, and raced home that night and placed the tip and the fletching in a very special vase in their home. Sent a picture to Ryan to explain that that era would be with them forever. It is not just through words, but our actions that we seek inspiration, and Ryan tirelessly goes to the archery list and looses arrows in their name, in the kingdom's name. It's not just through those actions. I spoke with Lady Shanae Ruad Frizel, who was not only a woman of our kingdom, an archer, an artist. She spoke of a time when Corotica was giving commentary regarding fighting, and they were ignored. But the man next to Corotica was heard and listened to the very same words that Corotica spoke. And Corotica said, never again. Corotica made sure that the people were listened to, not a gender. The people were listened to. Corotica fights for the non-binary. Corotica fights for the non-male. Corotica fights for the people. Shanae was so moved by these actions, Shanae created a coat, not a Technicolor coat, a coat for Corotica to keep them warm, to mirror the warmth that is their heart. Shanae made a project and documented and teaches so more people can learn to make this project and share that warmth of the kingdom. Corotica is an inspiration and gives a voice to the people. Corotica is a rose with thorns and has been a peer since the day I met them. Your Majesties, this is not just a good thing you do today. This is a most excellent thing you do, and I can think of no one who deserves more this than Corotica.
Here is Your Majesty, and I would claim that honor if I may. My name is Count Wolfgar von Ostrad, Knight of the Society. Your Majesty's with your permission, may I address your populace? Thank you. Your Majesties, I unfortunately cannot regale you with a lot of stories of a lifetime of friendship, wacky adventures with Corotica, because I've only known her for 6 months. So when I say these words to her today, they come from a place of genuine honesty and truth. As a knight, there are many attributes that describe knights: chivalry, leader, prowess. There's an attribute that describes knights, but it's not used because it's actually a power that is given to us, and that's inspiration. Your Majesty, when you fought at Crown, you were inspired by your consort. We take the field, and it is that inspiration that drives us. Well, those are the words I'm going to use to describe Corotica today, and that's inspiration. She is an inspiration. She has inspired me as a knight and as a peer to be better. Your Majesties, I come from a small shire. Recently, we had the good fortune of having a visit from some royals. And it was at this event that I watched Corotica be herself and be inspiring. And just be kind. And in that inspiration and in that kindness, it was truly amazing to me to see what she could do to my populace. I tell the story of one gentle, and she knows this person. He was shy. He would not speak. He was not confident. He was unsure, and I don't know if she knows this, but he was considering leaving the society. Corotica took 20 minutes to talk to this gentleman. She sat down with him, she said, hi, and she was just herself. Well, Your Majesty, that gentleman came out of the shop. He now sings, he now does arts martial. He has physical limitations, but that does not stop him because he was inspired by this woman. But he wasn't alone. As a seneschal, you often hear reports after events. I did not have one, I did not have two, I had many people saying things like, wow, she was a cool queen. Wow, she was a good person. What she doesn't know is he wasn't the only person leaving the society. I had 3 members of my Shire come up to me and say, I'm not leaving because that queen inspired me to stay. It's my humble opinion that in order to be a rose, one must continue to inspire. It doesn't stop when you step down. The roses that stand before you today inspire me in many ways. Some I call friend. Some I swore fealty to for the first time after 10 years as a knight. And as a knight, I'm inspired by her actions. And if this is something I've only seen in 6 months, I can only imagine what you have seen in the years that you people have known her. So, Your Majesty, I cannot express how much I believe that Corotica is a rose now and forever. And I thank you, truly and honestly, for bestowing this honor upon somebody who truly, truly deserves it.
Is there a companion of the Order of the Laurel that would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesties, I am Countess Corotica, and I would speak on behalf of Otto Gottlieb Brewmeister, who is no longer in our kingdom. If I may. Lords, ladies, gentles all, we are writing we are writing about the extended warranty of your chariot. No, sorry. Your Majesties, Your Excellencies, Honorable Lords, ladies, and friends, I, former Baron of Enderweird, former East Kingdom Brewers Guild Guildmaster, now resident of the Barony of Terra Palmaria in the Kingdom of Antir, I have the honor and privilege to speak on behalf of the Order of the Laurel. Of their many talents, I know Coratica's passion for excellence in research and recreation, especially in historical beverages. From the beginning of their introduction to the East Kingdom Brewers Guild, then Clovis quickly learned and embodied the judging rubric many of us in the guild test our prowess against. In just a few years, Corotica had some of the highest, if not still highest, scores in the kingdom. It was to my delight when Corotica scored a 97. I hate her, she only got 2 points more than me. On the Great Drink of Roots entry of Genu in 2021. The research included a highly detailed investigation of European and Middle Eastern herbs and spices, both providing depth and breadth to the project. Furthermore, it was a non-alcoholic beverage. It's linked on the East Kingdom Wiki, so you folks should check that out, definitely. I thought surely this must be worthy of the King and Queen's A&S Championships, so suggested, no, begged Corotica to enter. Then not only did they enter, she was chosen as King's Champion. But the achievements don't end there, because just a short time later, Corotica became Princess, then Queen of the East Kingdom. In this role, Her Majesty championed and promoted the Brewers Guild, the Foresters Guild, and the wider arts and sciences communities. Their passion for excellence in A&S is an inspiration to those striving for superior workmanship and authenticity. She is a demonstration in welcoming and inclusive participation in arts and sciences of the SCA. Her Majesty inspires me deeply as an artisan, organizer, forester, and friend. She lifted the coronet of the Baron of Enderweird from my head to invest our heirs on short notice so that we could smoothly transition to the next chapter of our lives. So it is with admiration, appreciation, and sincerity that I commend Countess Corotica to the Order of the Rose. Thank you.
Who from the Order of the Pelican will speak for Corotica?
Your Majesties, with your permission, I would like to read the words of Sifa, Erasmus' daughter, who is not with us today. She is helping with the death of a family member. My name is Mistress Lilla of Sheeprock, and I am new to your kingdom, but I have the great honor and privilege to speak the words of my sister today. Unto your Majesties, most gracious people of the East, and to Corotica, my kindred. My sincerest apologies for missing this magic moment. Please know that the words spoken through my sister Pelican should be heard from the heart. To sit the throne is one of the greatest acts of service one could ever do in the dream that is the society. You are in a position to affect change within the kingdom where every move and act is witnessed literally by thousands of people. Not only did you affect change and face adversity, you did so with courage and selflessness that will be remembered until the world ends. You could say no. It is often that elegants have trouble with this word. It's true. But in the face of adversity, you were able to place your foot firmly down and advocate for your kingdom and for yourself. You remain true to yourself. My love, you find joy in service. You help others use their voice and be their champion until they feel safe and able. You serve. You embody what makes this a reality. And that is why you are our peer.
Is there a companion of the Order of Defense to speak for this candidate?
Your Majesties, hello.
Why, hello, the dog.
If I may.
Please.
I am Thomas of Effingham, also known as Effing Thomas, companion of the Order of Defense, and it is my honor to speak for this elevation on behalf of my order, which we usually speak to the chivalric virtue of perseverance, which, in my opinion, is way more apt for the Order of the Rose than it is defense. This is going to go a place, and it will make sense, and I am going to end up thanking the populace, actually, for making their reign one of the least stressful reigns for a consort that I've seen in recent memory. We, as a culture and a kingdom, have a history of treating our consorts like garbage. Online, in person, whenever something doesn't go the way that we want it to. It's unacceptable, and I hope that this is a trend that will keep getting better instead of getting worse. Corotica has weathered this reign with so much grace, and as you have already heard, being so helpful to people in so many ways. It is truly inspiring. Another thing that I am moved to remind people of, cryptids are rare, and when you find one, you should do your best to keep them around and stay on their good graces. And that's most of the warning I'm going to give you. I am so thrilled that this happens today and that I got to be able to do it. Thank you, Your Majesty. Thank you.
Who from the Order of the Rose will speak for Quintavia?
Your Majesties, I'm Countess de la Marin, and I have that great honor. May I? Courtesy is consideration of the well-being of the community as a whole. It is what binds the society together. It is woven through the very fabric of each of the peerages. Those who sat in the big seat are very much aware of what courtesy consists of, what masks as it, what passes for it, and the real deal. Courtesy is far more than just being civil or pleasant. It is the entry-level virtue that all other virtues are built upon. Corotica, you have a strength and a curiosity in you that was apparent from the first time we met. You asked so many questions that night, the night before you and Mo won. The evening and months after were mystical, like a far-off dream or traveling through a kind of spooky but not really forest. And try as one might, well, that's kind of like what a rain is, honestly. But try as one might, no one ever gains control over it. But the forest possesses the power to change lives and alter destinies. And it did. Through our conversations and spending time together, I've often thought back on that night. And I wondered if somehow you aren't also a little magic with the gift of foresight. Truth is, my friend, this journey will be forever imprinted on you as it was on each of us. No one comes out of the wood unchanged. I'm going to let you in on something. We roses, we have a secret. We are so much more than courtesy. We are transformation. A rose becomes what is needed. We are wild inspiration, action, inclusion, confidence, honesty, hope, vulnerability. We are ethereal. We are strength. We're warriors. Bravery, savage beauty, compassion, and survivors. We are the petal. We are the thorn. We are a garden, a thicket, and the very forest itself. And by the gods, if you aren't all those things, and so much more. You represented our kingdom honorably, with fairness, grace, and great courtesy. We welcome you as our sibling rose here.
I'm going to take the honor of being the first of us from now. Sure. I thought we were doing this first, didn't we? Okay. We can do that. Sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. You just made me cry. You got me all like out of the So, there's a saying that I love, and it is, don't be mad that the rose has thorns. Be thankful that thorns have the rose. And you, I mean, that the way just want to be right to know you. Just want to be right to know you. Welcome to the last one. How about? I already said, like, everything I want to say to you, but I love you to death. Have a rose. Give us another one. Your grace. Oh.
I told you once. You had the most cryptid-like qualities. And I hope that you do not lose the cryptid-like quality in this ship, because I know you can never lose that.
I promise to cause problems.
That's fine.
Our order will be better, more diverse, and more fun for having you in it. Courtesy for generosity.
And for all the other roses who are not here, please. Hanging out.
I love my little 40 baby.
Is there a movement? Is there a cloak?
There is, Your Majesty.
This is based on the bronze age bit of experimental archaeology and transportation. The trim is based on the front also exists.
There's another medallion. Indroxy couldn't be here, and I gave this to her when she became a rose, and she wanted to pass it to you. She wants this to be the legacy for those of us who don't fit the mold.
Cold knife cuts of wicked north wind. Hail falls and hail the rain of Corotica. A winter wolf of her burning land. She strode summer searing war, spear in hand. A princess of the blade, army, and the people, and no less so into their reign a queen. She delivered her deep dedication, turning their target from foe and fostering joy. A season of peace and friendship once again. Fierce and strong, kind and generous, a flowing vine growing strong, along the wall of a battlement, the beauty of the rose, house, and crenellations. And so on this day, our spring's coronation, the first day of April, we, Brennan and Caoilfhionn, Brennan of the East, recognize Corotica this day with the title of Countess and Lady of the Rose, with all the honors, privileges, and dignities appertaining thereunto, most especially the right to bear their arms by letters patent. Words by Countess Julia Sidness, calligraphy and illumination by Embla Nurswater. For Corotica, newest member of the Order of the Rose. Viva! Viva! Viva!
Right here, on the back? Okay, I'll take this. Let's go.